Hey everybody, it's Jamonster back again with Opus Gaming. I'm here with Muachee and his topping deck profile. You made top 32. We're going to get into all the specifics about the tournament at the end of the deck profile, but we're just going to start off. Let's jump into the eggs here. What'd you run for your eggs?
Oh, so I play 4 of the baby Digimons. 4 is all you need, and you really need to see this egg.
Okay.
It gives you the 1k boost all turns. It works all turns. You need that 1k boost for Slayer, Examon. It's the big difference.
Okay. So you're telling me you're not running the red baby Digimon as an extra?
Nah.
Okay.
You can't risk the chance of not getting that 1k boost.
No, for sure. Okay, let's get into the rookies then.
Alright, so I think the standard is the 4 Dracomon, the searches.
Okay.
And then the 4 starter deck ones. It also searches, and it helps you evolve to the core Digimon for 2.
Okay.
And then the other rookie I play is the Modogi, is the Floodgate. I don't run the Vmons, those Heribos, because you don't want to evolve them until the core Digimon. It costs 3.
Cool.
The Modogi is just there just to hard play as a rookie for as a Floodgate.
Yep, that totally makes sense. And like, I know some people are playing like Siakomon and stuff to stop Digivolution cheating and stuff, but Modoki is where it's at. Honestly, blocking memory is the biggest manipulator. So.
It's generic. It stops basically everyone.
Yep, totally. How do you feel about your rookies at the end of the tournament?
Okay, so I think 11 is fine, just because Ultimate Cup there was mulligan.
Yep.
So, but if you were to do like, let's say regionals, maybe you could up the count by 1 more Modoki, 4 Modokis.
Okay.
Have 12 rookies. That is totally fine.
Cool. Let's look at the level 4s next.
Okay. Okay, with the force, we'll play 4 of the evade core Digimon, 3 of the blocker core Digimon, 3 of the draw 2 core Digimon, and the 1 hybrid.
Awesome. You love your hybrids. How do you feel about this level 4 run?
Also, so this is, in my opinion, perfect. I love hybrids. Some people decide not to play hybrid and play like 4 core Digimon. That's reasonable, but the hybrid is really good. Hype for game. It always comes up.
Definitely will. I really like your alternate or all 3 different arts of the Digimon.
Yeah.
But sweet. Was there any level 4 that you felt was like more important, or like you just really wanted to see like evade all day, you really wanted to see blocker all day, or was it really just gonna be matchup dependent?
So it's really matchup dependent. So if you go against black or red decks, you like, okay, I need invade, because they're gonna kill it by using onslaught or Gaia Force.
Yep.
But every other matches, I want to see this because I want my Slay Digimon to be a blocker.
Yep.
If a Slay Digimon is not a blocker, the threat is kind of useless.
Okay, I gotcha. Perfect. Let's look at your level 5 slot. And I guess the hybrid is just hybrid for game. That's all it represents.
Yeah, I mean, you could put the stronger hybrid, but this one's the 2 cost in case you need Evolve and Breeding.
Okay.
And the threat to trash for the Battle Sword does come out a lot.
That is one thing I forgot to ask, was if it ever did come up.
Yeah, it did.
Awesome.
Against, for example, Dark Nightmon, I trashed the Dark Nightmon source, so they couldn't play both of them.
That's awesome. Okay, I like that play a lot. That's really cool.
Okay, and then for the 5s, I think it's pretty simple. 4 of the Wing Digimon and 4 of the Ground Digimons.
Cool.
DNA, the only 5 you want to see, and the Heribos are just too good. Evade, blocker.
Okay, so it's the same thing.
Yeah, so if you're missing these, I'll help substitute it.
Okay, that makes sense. So if you have the blue 4, you can go into the green 5 and vice versa. Awesome. And yeah, I'm sure there's nothing you would really change or switch, because it's just a very straightforward, especially for your top end. That's just like very consistent.
Yeah, the 5s this is the only 5s you need.
Yep.
There's nothing you need to change, nothing new. It's all good.
Yeah, I feel like if it can be simple, make it simple for sure.
Okay. And then for the 6s, obviously, the 4 Slay Digimon is the best card of the deck. It helps you win games. And then I'm playing 2 Break Digimons. The threat to basically trash security is good, but the thing is, I don't want to play 4 of it because it's a break. You only want to use it once you go to Examon, to play it. Otherwise, you never want to evolve it, and that's basically it.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because the good thing about the 5s is they count as the 6s, so you don't need to evolve them.
Yep. And it's not like you're not gonna hard play a 6 when you can hard play a 5. So I can see where that card kind of just gets missed in the general lineup. Yeah. But 4 to 2, that felt like a consistent enough lineup.
Yeah.
Cool.
Then I'm playing the 4 Examons. I think, in my opinion, it's mandatory. You really need to see this. This is like your win con. The Slay Digimon is basically the stall card. It's not your win condition. You can't really win with just Slay Digimon. Examon is like, oh, okay, you basically can win this.
Definitely.
You can lock them in.
Yep, you can lock it all down for sure.
And then I'm playing the one death X.
Okay, so 1 level 7.
Yeah, one level 7. Cause the card isn't searchable. You're not drawing a lot, so you're just hoping to hard draw it if you need it. The reason why you play this is because Examon weakness if your opponent go wide. You can't do anything. Your opponent go wide. Forcing them to attack when they have a white board doesn't do anything. So death X is to answer that.
Yep. That makes sense. And like, it honestly can't be understated enough how much Death X comes in to cover your weakness. If your opponent is starting to gain ground and you play that Death X, like if you're on the turn where you're like, all right, I have something that's good in raising, now I'm going to play 2 bodies because, you can suspend whatever. When you drop that Death X on that second body turn, you're like, all right, this game is over. I'm locked. So yeah, no, that is a very powerful, and I like it a lot.
This card wins me so many games because the idea is, sure, you give your opponent a lot of memories, but the thing is, if you have Digimon and you Death X clear the board, the basically is GG. They can't play anything, and they bond the breeding. Digimon will just force you to attack and block it. So this is like the best board I can have.
For sure. Yeah, I've lost to Death X Mon a lot of times. So awesome.
Yeah, and then I guess if you, I know this card's expensive, so if you want to do a budget would be like the Imperial Dragon mode. I personally want to play it because the fact is only good if you have the rookie. And historic because it only plays green and blue for lower. So sometimes maybe you could pick Digimon, that's fine, but you want to get the most value.
The most value for sure to get extra cards to hand. Okay, cool. After the level 7s, are you playing some options, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Tamers after?
So after Tamers, 3 Davis, 1 Davis again.
Sweet.
So the Davis searches for your blue and green piece, just like Imperial.
Yeah.
And Davis and Ken, the memory gain is nice, but it's there so you can use Megadeth.
Yeah, for sure. I can see that. And yeah, no, that just honestly makes a lot of sense.
yeah. And then for the options, so we play 3 Megadeths. They cards win me in games. It saves me from security. Love it. And then the reason we play Megadeth is because when you have Digimon, I say one of the weakness for the deck is you point go wide, but you can use Megadeth to return it back, so you can control the board.
It doesn't matter how much memory you give them if you can just stump them out of their next turn. Like, yeah, they can use that turn to try to build up another board, but if you follow up with Megadeth with like a Death X or something along those lines, like you can just oppress your opponent. And I think that's kind of the name of this deck, is like oppressively controlling your opponent, what they're able to do, right?
Yeah. And then for the options, obviously the Ice Wall is mandatory.
Yep.
And then I played 2 blue memory boosts.
Okay.
Yeah, you could. This card was, in my opinion, okay. I mainly use it to search for the blue cards, because in my opinion, the blue cards is the most important. I know it can't grab green, but I kind of use it to grab Slayer. Like, Slayer is like the main piece.
Definitely. I can totally see that.
But yeah, in the end of the day, I think I might just maybe cut one out to play a 4 Davis because in my opinion, my opponent hitting his card in security, it didn't do much because I don't need the extra memories. And me searching for a blue, it kind of hurts because I bombed at the green cards. I feel like Davis is like, it helps me get the pieces faster.
Yep, for sure. That makes sense. Yeah, Davis is, honestly, he's a security bomb. He can unbreak your opponent when you don't want your opponent to unbreak, so I can totally see that. Since that's all the decks, or all the cards in the deck profile, if you guys have made it this far, if you want to drop a like and subscribe, if you're not already subscribed, I'd really appreciate it. Drop a comment. Let me know if you guys have any questions or anything. But let's get into the tournament report. So like we were talking about, how did you finish in the tournament? We said top 32, but what was your final placing?
Oh, so my final placing was I was X2. I was 31 place.
Nice.
Yeah. I would say that the only matchup I lost to was the matchup that was really disadvantaged about for Examon. So I lost to security control because it was very hard because there was just Examon has invade, but the thing is they have chaos decoration. It doesn't do anything.
You can't evade that.
Yeah. And then my second last was against Melga. I think it's because they have battle protection. They can unsuspend. So like everything my deck doesn't do anything.
Yeah. It only does like a little bit for sure. It can decrease the importance of some of the cards that you're playing.
But for the rest of the tournament, it was an ease.
Awesome.
I think the deck can totally beat any black deck and red deck just because I evade. Because one of my opponent use an onslaught, and I'll say, okay, I just evade. I can save it. Because apparently not a lot of people know about this deck, so you can actually there's a thing called the Examon lock, where if you have the Examon with the Digimon, you control the board basically.
For sure.
The opponent can't bring anything out. If they hard play anything, Examon can suspend and kill it.
Yep, for sure. And even on your turn, like your Examon, if I end my turn hard playing a Digimon, your Examon's just gonna swing into my security, most likely not die, suspend my card, and then you're gonna attack into it, trashing another security.
Yes.
And it can just feel very oppressive once it gets going, for sure.
Yeah, and this is why the Ace matters, because 16K, 13K, those are the big thresholds. Because 13K kills all the 12K megas, 16 means you're safe from security.
For sure. And I know that, I'm not sure if it's so much a combo, but I know that in your deck with Ice Wall, you can just skip your opponent's turn. You choke them to 1, right?
Oh yeah, so it happened a few times in the tournament where, okay, so let's say I have a Davis, right? So
Yep.
I evolve or something for 3, my opponent has no memory tamer, and then if they have a Digimon out, I'll play the Ice Wall. So I choke them to 1, and on their turn, Digimon is forcing their Digimon to attack, and they'll lose 2 memory. So so basically turns over.
Just bounces right back to your turn. That is very impressive. And I think that if anybody's watching this deck profile and you're building this deck, that's definitely something that you should be aware of, because there are times where even though you don't have the Examon play, if you have the turn skip on your opponent with a Slayermon, bring that Slayermon up and skip your opponent's turn for sure. For sure, get that advantage.
Yeah, and then in this matchup, I know that Examon had a hard matchup against Blue because they can always bounce you if it doesn't work. So I say, as a fun tech, I am trying the Breath of the Gods and a Star Deck tie.
Wow, okay, that makes a lot of sense because tie restands any blocker, right?
Yeah, so what tie does is when you block with your blocker, you suspend it to unsuspend it. So it works very well.
So your opponent, if you have that tie out, there's not a situation where your opponent can go wide enough. There's not enough memory to put that many Digimon on the board.
You can block them as many times as you attack.
As you need. That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then actually, if you do want to take these in, the most flexible spot is you can place Mega Deck with Breath of Gods. Does the same thing, and I'll say you either take one of the Tamers out or just one of the memory boosts.
Okay.
Blue memory boost it was alright, but it wasn't outstanding.
Sure.
I think a Davis it would have been better.
Okay, I got you. Last question I have for you about with the tournament and everything, looking at the future and this current meta, looking forward, are you going to continue playing this deck? How do you feel about it?
So I feel the deck is very good. It beats every high stack decks. And I think, so the deck does kind of have a disadvantage against Melga, but starting BT11, you shouldn't worry too much about that because Blackboard Greymon literally kills Melga.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be very difficult.
Yes.
But Blackboard Greymon's going to come out and change the game. We're going to have a whole new meta landscape to look at because of that deck. So I'm really looking forward to that. But it's awesome to hear that you continue to want to play this deck.
I thought that was okay, but once you play it, it gets really fun. Control the board a bit, and I love it when my opponent doesn't know what Digimon does. I say, they bring it out, say, now I'm forced to attack.
No, for sure. It's crazy because I've covered you doing top 8, top 32s with Melga, being very aggressive, and it's really cool to bring you on as a top 32 with a crazy control deck. That is a really awesome dynamic to bring. You're a fantastic player. Congratulations from the whole team. Congratulations from everybody in MN. You guys keep topping, and you guys just keep doing good, and it's really just amazing to see. So just congratulations. Really, really proud of you guys. So.
All right, thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, of course. All right, this is Jamonster with Opus Gaming, and we're out. Take care.